like give me a quick tour? I'm not kidding.
You've been on board, haven't you?
I have, but I want the
cockpit?
official owner's tour. No, I am. I want to see. Yours is a Catalina 34? Yes.
That's right, kids. Boat tour number 2. We're stepping aboard different boats to help you find yours sooner. Today, Bob, our buddy in the shipyard, aboard his 1992 Catalina 34. You ready? Come aboard.
Last question. I always forget. Partager. Partager. Tell me the story there.
It's French.
It's what?
French.
Before croissant?
It means
It's French.
to share.
To share.
And
oh,
there
I
are
like that.
there are all
That's
kinds.
a perfect saying for you.
Well-
Look at you.
Now, why do I say that? No, not partiger. I say that because my French is obviously poor. I say to share is a perfect saying for Bob because that's exactly what he did for us when he invited us over for dinner on his boat down in Key West.
This is the boat we ran into in Key West, actually, right when we docked. Bob here said, hey, I'm the Key West Welcome Committee. Let me show you around. And so we actually spent some time on this boat.
Bob easily sat 6 of us in the cockpit and was nice enough to share some fresh caught fish for dinner that night. I was excited when he was willing to share again a tour of his Catalina 34 and tell you all a little about the projects he's doing on the boat while in the
Remove
yard.
my table and my
Are you varnishing it?
drink holder. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus-
boy, your varnish looks fantastic. What all are you doing here?
Well,
Just
I
the
don't
bottom
know.
job or more?
There's a new kind of varnish. You might try it. It is a water base.
Okay.
So you just brush your, do your brushes off with water.
Oh, God,
And this right here this is water base, and this is what Catalina uses. But they bake it.
Oh.
But to make it extra hard.
But
But it's easy. Huge sleeping area back there.
that's huge. This is actually like the garage right now, right? Oh my gosh, Lord. You have a party back there.
This is a great stern burn. It's huge.
God, this thing is
And
massive.
with one person back here, usually we'll have a case of wine and we'll have other stuff.
I'd have all kinds of toys back here. This place is awesome.
Yeah, and this is
Didn't you call this the junior berth?
the
Junior.
junior suite? That's
I
a
love it.
brother he's on.
We won't
cruise
tell him.
ships all the time.
We won't tell him. As a joke, you should call it Bubba headquarters or
Right,
something.
here's the head, and
Okay.
I added this for storage. If you got anything where you can, I store all my fishing gear down there.
See, I was thinking it was number 1 and number 2. For when shit gets serious,
This is right.
no pun intended.
This is the
It's beautiful though. I love how you did the
air
woodwork
dry.
on it.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
I just revarnished all this stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's on your list.
Then
Great
this
opener.
is the
You have the
salon.
TV and I think a microwave and all kinds of crap. I remember.
And that-
Yours was the
TV
palace.
The TV works great.
This is awesome.
I'm
Such a
going to
good
put
layout.
a Bluetooth stereo. I'm going to replace this,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll lose my 10-track
CD.
CD. But
Because that's so old school.
I know.
That's
but,
like having an 8-track.
I know, but the thing is, it is nice to have, but you get no Bluetooth like we're on watching the cockpit. Then the Bluetooth will be great. And then this is really my garage right here.
Oh,
This
this
is where we
actually,
keep all the luggage and everything.
this feels smaller than
And then there's another bunk.
junior headquarters.
Then this is another bunk, so I can sleep if I have 4 crew. That's at the dock. One person is always in the cockpit.
Sure, sure. And you could sleep 1 or 2 here if you needed to. I mean, Lord, you can get 1 here. Where do you usually sleep?
I sleep right here.
That's what I figured. This is the captain's.
Right,
Captain's
and see,
headquarters.
I've got a second chart plotter here
Yeah.
where I can check. I can get up,
Sure.
and look and see
then
what
you
our
have a-
speed is and our distance. Tomorrow I'm
This
going
guy,
to order.
too, I like him.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
handy.
saver.
And it just, because it's just when you hit it, it'll just give
It's
you a
called a
little
water
spark.
saver, yeah.
It's so handy. So nice.
Well, it saves so much water. And this is a raw water that's electric.
Oh, that's cool. Ours is
So
foot
that,
pump.
yeah, so, I mean,
nice.
you can have copious amounts of water
I know.
coming in.
Yeah, this is great, great, great. All right, so tell us where all you've taken her. That's what we need to know. Let me get a good top side.
Isla Mujeres,
is though, Harris. I'm
Maybe
jealous. Woo!
1, 2, 3, maybe 5 times. And
Come
the Bahamas
on.
3 times.
Oh man, we're so behind. We gotta go. We gotta go. And where do you plan to sail her next? That's what we always like to ask.
I spend 1 month at Key West at the dock where you saw me, A and B.
In like April or May of this year?
Well, it's going to be earlier. It's going to be the 15th of March to the 15th of April.
Uh-huh.
And then from April, I'm going back to Cuba. And I will sail down to Isla for the finish of the race.
That are coming in, yeah.
And see, I always do that. Welcome everybody. But Isla is like one of the nicest places to go just to hang out.
I feel like if we go there, we'll spend a month there. And then 2 months longer than that.
I stay at Paradiso, but there's also the neighboring Malagos, something like that, the neighboring dock. It's about 200 a week or 500 a month.
Yeah.
And so I always go a week before the race finishes so I can have the island to myself and
Before the
fish
crazies
and
come.
fool around, and then greet all my friends,
Yeah.
sailing friends, and then go back with the fleet.
Which you said is like 3 days.
Yeah.
It's like you just
3
shoot
days,
across the Gulf.
3 days and
Cool.
change.
We'll have to ask favorite thing about the boat. And maybe
Well,
that's
the
hard
favorite
to pick.
thing is the sea power system.
What's that?
It's like an alternator generator that puts out 5,000 kW of 110 when the engine is running.
I'm gonna pretend like I know what you're talking about.
No,
5,000 K. So this is generator putting electricity into your
And
batteries?
it charges my batteries
Okay.
just like I'm at the dock. I can, if it's a really hot night and we're motoring, I can turn on the air conditioner.
Oh, sweet. Just under motor power? And you don't lose a
Right.
lot of juice?
No, it's
It actually
just
still
like you're
puts in?
plugging into the dock.
Wow.
So
Seriously?
5,000 kW is a lot.
Yeah.
So therefore I
Kilowatts
can
is what I'm thinking that is.
have, so therefore I run 110 fans instead of 12 volt.
Okay.
I'm charged to the max. I've got all the power in the freaking world.
Nice.
And I have a solar panel now that on anchor, it runs my fridge and radios and TVs and everything else.
Everything you need.
I don't need to run anything. I also have a Honda 2000. that
Generator, if you
It
need
fits
it, yeah.
under that seat. Say I'm offshore, it's hot, I don't want to start the engine, but I want to charge my batteries, we're sailing, then I just crank that for an hour and
Is it pretty quiet?
it's quiet as can be.
Yeah. So you can really
Plus, it
tell.
will also run the air conditioning and heat if I'm at anchor.
I noticed you mentioned the air conditioning a lot.
But really, you don't use it that much, except at the dock.
Yeah. So do you have like a least favorite thing about your boat? Ours would be our mast height. We're just like a little too tall
That's
for
not
a
a
lot of things.
lease. I really have no unfavorite things
I guess like nothing you would change.
because
other
I
than
can go
that.
under all the bridges.
Yeah.
I can go every place. It only draws about 4.6. So
That's nice. That is nice.
and I'm like I said, I'm going to put the digital radar. All this stuff works, but it uses more electricity than I'd like. I'm gonna put the digital radar, and I'm gonna get a new hybrid chart plotter that's
That'll be cool.
9-inch.
So you don't have any least favorite things. You just have more things you want.
Well,
is that true of most boat
I've
owners?
opened Pandora's box putting in this autopilot.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, everything worked, and I only had one time when the autopilot, when the belt broke, and we were in serious shit. And we had
It's always when it's gonna break.
we
right?
had and we had to sail an hour at a time, going downwind in huge seas. We could only steer an hour at a time because that's how much pressure was on the
tiring.
helm. And we did that for 30 hours, and my legs were like jelly when we got to Isla. This was going to Isla Mujeres from Dry Tortugas.
Okay. Jeez.
So,
You're like, yep, big autopilot. That's what we need.
right. Well, I think autopilot is an extra crew person.
Yeah.
Somebody
I agree with
might
that.
get sick.
Yep.
Someone might get hurt.
Yeah.
You can't be just, you can only be shorthanded so much.
Right.
With a good autopilot, this thing will,
You got an extra crew member. Yeah.
I don't care if I can't sail or I've got head seas or I've got wind from behind.
Just hold.
Right, it won't deviate, and it will be, there's like 650 pounds of pressure. It's not going anyplace. It's strong.
I saw the rod. I like it.
It's an electric
Sweet. Look at that, would you?
Ray Marine
Okay.
Type 1 linear drive.
I'll show you a little of the autopilot install Bob did while he was up on the hard. Come along. You remember the junior suite?
Yeah.
Planning to do.
We'll see right here.
God, you got so much space in here. I'm jealous.
Yeah. right here is, I had blue coral. This was the stop on the other end of the quadrant.
Okay.
So I took that to blue coral and had them mount this little plate.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the rudder indicator here.
Wow.
And so you have to center this. The way this cord comes back, that's the center line. And so you put your screws in. I epoxied this in.
I see that's Kusa board.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. And
Wow. So that's like your helm, your autopilot helm.
right,
kinda.
and I wanted to have it so it wouldn't be
Great
wet.
space too. Yeah,
and
it's
I could
very
still
protected.
use it as a hanging locker.
Oh, it's plenty of space.
And it's
plenty
out of the way, and when I turn it on, there's a light that will go on that tells
So you can see that it's
on.
working.
And this little yellow thing is magic. That converts the C-Talk NG to C-Talk.
Oh, it's like your communicator, your
Right. What it does is change
translator. That's what I'm
change
trying to
the
think of.
language
Yeah. Okay.
so that even though this is more high tech and everything,
Still talks to the
it
old
still
guy.
talks to the chart plotter, so you don't have to replace that.
Oh, which is nice.
Hopefully.
Because I know you have a nice one. What do you do?
Bring it back.
Oh no. Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
He does have a nice one, I swear. He just ironically developed an issue with it that day and resorted to the bang method.
But now it's not wanting to do it, huh?
Well, now it's back. I shouldn't have to do that.
No, it should work. Good luck. He says I need it. He's doing the slam method.
No more drama, he said. But that wouldn't be the case. Bob was nice enough to share one more lesson with us when he splashed later that week. Come along and find out how he earned the name Backwards Bob.
GoPro's ready.
Sunset. I'm gonna give you a little sunset one to grow on.
Okay.
So Bob was launching today.
Bob Fleet?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
He
he
said it was gonna
launched
be a
today,
while.
And
I should have got footage. I had no
It
idea.
was very, very windy, and so Brandon thought it'd be a good idea to, he was gonna go down and help him out, get to the dock and everything, because the wind blowing so hard. So anyway, he came down, and I decided to come down and help him too, because extra set on hands. But-
Right.
So we came down and he got ready to back out of the slings, It kind of really went to port hard,
It's blowing so hard, yeah.
And, I thought it was prop wash. I was like, man, prop wash. So he gets out, and he gets out there, and Brandon and I walked over here to the slip to check on him.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to wait for him to come in. And we're like man, where is, we're like waiting for him to come. He started yelling at us. He said the cables are backwards. The
Cables are backwards? Like his steering cables?
Steering cables.
So right is left and left is right? No, it's like an old tiller.
Yeah.
Man.
He's circling around trying to get into the shop.
Oh my
Blowing
god.
like a stink. And he's having to figure out how to do it in
Sure.
reverse, but
Oh my gosh.
the cables, when he did his autopilot and all that stuff.
This is Parjay. His cables are backwards.
So he's very frustrated right now.
Aw.
There he is.
Hey Bob, I heard about what
He's back in the
happened. Can we come aboard?
But he
and check
does have
you
a
out?
Heineken in hand. I do like to see you come out of a hole with a Heineken in hand.
Oh,
You
that
might
is,
wanna take
can
your
I come
shoes
see you? Can we come aboard?
Here, I'll hold it for you.
I gotta see him in this hole. I heard what happened today.
Wrong way, Bob.
Wrong way, Bob.
no,
Look at you. Hey, Bob.
Hey,
Hey, you want me to hold your beer?
please.
Oh my gosh.
Well, did you get it figured out, Bob?
Yes, they apparently are crossed as they go down.
Oh.
They're supposed to be crossed.
Well, if they go down the way I put them, they didn't work. So yes,
Wow.
and who knew?
Bob had rerun his steering cables while on the hard and learned
Think about
the
it,
hard way that apparently they're supposed to cross on the way down.
Man, I bet that was scary trying to just figure
Well,
out.
it's just like you know, when I tried to back out,
Yeah.
it went the opposite way, and I thought, oh, that's just prop wash.
Oh my gosh, do you need help?
Now,
Lord. That's about the smallest cavity I've seen anybody get in on a boat. Oh my gosh. Lord. Wow. Impressive. And 69. 69. You can do it. Yeah! Woohoo!
Bob kept a great attitude about it, though, and got a good laugh when we called him Backwards Bob for the rest of the day. But that's what cruisers like to do most, am I right? Partagé. Thank you, Bob, for sharing the lessons and a tour of your beautiful 1992 Catalina 34. Finding these boat tours helpful? Awesome! Help us by giving back and supporting our Give the Gift of Cruising campaign on Patreon. Just a few small donations from each of you, and I can do something very big for one of my patrons. Get inspired and get on board.
now it just moves this. That's what shoves the.
Ooh, do that again.
We need a little lube on there. We're kind of running kind of dry.
Things are going south already.
Right.
Oh, these interviews are clean, I promise.
Say, honey, you think I'm ready for Viagra yet? She goes. Don't
She
go
says,
there.
no.
Calling him Backwards
Bob.
And here comes Brandon. Looks like he's coming to check on you too.
He heard laughter. He wanted to come.
Brandon?
See.
Yep.
He's coming for a beer.
Backwards Bob, no more.
Backwards, and I thought, hold on, maybe the autopilot's involved too. Oh, after what I've been through.
The light in his eyes 50 yards out.
They all had to drop that damn rudder again. That autopilot.
It was pretty rough getting in here. I'm glad everybody was on board.
Yeah. All hands on
Just
deck.
snatched me.
Save you. It was blowing today, too. That didn't help.
Brandon, you want a beer?